Hey loves, it's Sean. How are you? And welcome to the Pink Room. And yes, of course, to Shanda says, I have been absent. I have not been here. Give me 1 second. My room, I'm not going to lie to you guys, my room is so hot and I'm so thirsty. So in this video, you will see me take a sip. But how are you? I missed you. Did you miss me? Yeah. I know you guys, you guys are wonderful because you'll hit my social media. You're like, where's the Pink Room? What are you doing? When are you coming back? Well, I'm here. And I have to say this real quick before tonight's subject. I've been doing so much in growing myself as a brand, and I'm doing extremely well with it. And there are some great surprises coming very, very soon. But until then, I'm here. You're with me. I love you. Give me kisses. Mwah. I usually save my kisses for the end, but you guys deserve it right now. Have some now. Have some later. You know me. I'll give it up to you very easily. But anyway, tonight's subject is not so much about a sexual act, but more about having sex with your ex. Now, how many of you are guilty of doing that? I don't like to say the word guilty, but how many of you have moonwalked back to your ex? Yeah, I'm one of them. I've definitely have had the after breakup makeup sex. You know, sometimes that's the best sex you ever had is that makeup sex. But makeup sex and sex with your ex is two different things. You know, makeup sex is just still together and you had an argument, you make up and you make love and it's popping. But sex with an ex is just a totally different thing. It's a totally different manifestation. It's that you two aren't together anymore. And here's the thing with sex with your ex. Sometimes the best sex you ever had was with this particular person. Like your intimacy with this person is the best you've ever experienced. They know your body. They know what you love. You know what they love. And physically, you just have a fire together. And as we all know and how important that is, because I'm the first one to say, sex and intimacy is a huge part of a relationship. But it doesn't, it's not 100% of your relationship. And even though you have great sex, it doesn't heal wounds that, that caused the breakup in the first place, be it trust issues, be it monogamy issues, whatever it is that got you guys to a place of breakup. Those are all things you have to think about. And my feeling about sex with an ex is I don't think it's so easy for me to sit here and say, you should not be doing that anymore. The reality is when you're still emotionally and physically invested with someone, it takes time. It does take time to get over that. But I will say that having sex with your ex doesn't allow you the opportunity mentally or physically to move on with someone else because you're still stuck in the sand with this person and you're not able to fully let go. And you have to always be cognizant of why you're not even together anymore. I know for me, and anyone that has, and I'm being honest, I'm going to be honest, anyone that has been intimate with me knows how I am. They know how I am. They know how much I love intimacy and how much I love that. But the reality is, at my core, as a woman, there's just certain things you want. And there's a consistency and a love and a support that you do want in a relationship that's more than sex. And when it's sex with your ex, the problem with that could be, and let's do man-woman, okay? And not to say that this is always the case. This is just an example. This is a hypothesis, so I don't want you guys getting all crazy on me about this. But let's just say you're still in love, okay? And you're still sleeping with your man. But he's moved on. He still loves to make love to you, and he still loves to turn you out. But he may still have a flock of women that he's dealing with, other than you. The problem with sex with your ex is that he may have a disconnect emotionally that you haven't reached yet. And vice versa. If you're a man and you're still in love with this woman, she may be sleeping with you and, you know, she's disconnected emotionally, but she still wants to sleep with other people. So what was once a monogamous relationship is now coming into play with other things that affect you in a way that it's very difficult and very emotional. And I know for me and a lot of my friends, again, I'm just using me as an example, we women are very emotional. We're very emotional. And it's very hard to disconnect from a person when you're still physically attached to them. It's just hard. And there are nights that you can lay in your bed and your butt is twerking on its own. It's just like, it's just moving because you miss that man. But the reality is that man or that woman comes with some baggage. And the baggage that they come with was something that hurt you and didn't even allow the relationship to sustain and be still ongoing. So those are all things we have to think about. And to me, that's where your mind and your body comes into play. And there's this constant struggle with the two because, you know, your mind is saying one thing, that this person is not for you. This person can never be what you need them to be, or is not ready to be what you need them to be. But your body is saying, oh my gosh, he is like the best thing that has ever happened to me physically. He is the best thing. And if I can't have him, then at least I'll get that part of him. But is it really enough? Is it really enough to sustain us? I don't think so. I really don't. I think it's not enough. The reality is that, and I've said this before, when it comes to love, at least in my experience, love has been such a challenge because I love so hard and I love completely, and I can be engulfing. You know, when I love a man, I love him, and I want to be everything to him. And you know, I think a lot of us women can relate to that, and I think there are men out there too. I think a lot of times as women we think that they're never on our level, but I do think they are. I think they're just have a different way of manifesting it and showing it than we do. But you know, I will say this with maturity. There is a difference when you're making love and you're with someone intimately and they're really in love with you and respect you, and it's a difference than you just retreating back into a situation that didn't foster a good outcome. And just and as much as you keep going back and as much as you wishing and hoping and praying that things will change, it is what it is. It is what it is. And sometimes we women think that, you know, we're Picasso. We could just paint a new man and we could shape and mold him and he could be. The reality is men and women, they are who they are. They are who they are. You know, there's this saying sometimes in relationships, it will say, oh, this person changed. They, you know, they used to be like this. I don't know if people change. I do think people change, but I also think that people, you start seeing the real person. I do. I think that you start to see the real person. And you start to see the core of who a man is and who a woman is. And that's when you really know, is this for you? Can you put up with this every day? You know? So I gotta ask you guys, have you ever had sex with your ex? Now I know you're gonna tell me you have, because all of us have done that. All of us have been there. So it would mean so much to me if you would leave your comments and let me know, like, how did you break away? Because I do get emails like, I love him and I can't stop sleeping with him and he's the best thing and help me. I can't always come in and save the day. I wish I could come in with my, let me just tell you guys this. I would be using a cape for myself because your girl is crazy when it comes to love and men. I don't know. But anyway, Let me know what you think. Email me, shandasays1@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at Shanda Says and on Twitter at Shanda Says. And shout out to all the people that are regulars on my Instagram and on my Twitter. I'm always so appreciative of the love that you send and the fact that you're like, hey, what's going on with the Pink Room? Wouldn't you guys love to see the Pink Room on TV? What does Shanda have cooking? Stay tuned to find out. I love you. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Mommy loves you. And you can spank me next time. I'll be back soon. And leave a comment about what you want me to talk about. Now, I will say this. Next week, someone asked me to do a follow-up to salad tossing. Because now, before the last time I did a video on tossing salad, you know, it's kind of like no one was really talking about it. But now, you got rappers talking about eating ass. Talk about retention. You'll be back for that. I love you. God bless. Mwah.